Hey, what's up, everybody? Let's Talk Jets Radio. Hope you guys are all doing well. My apologies. It's been a minute for me. I've been leaving Tyson hanging out to dry on these videos. So with training camp underway, definitely looking forward to getting back on here more. Tyson already touched on the injury to Denzel Mims today, which is unfortunate. It's why we were so adamant before the draft about taking two wide receivers, just because beyond Perriman and Jameson Crowder, you really don't have anything that's proven there. So there's a lot more pressure right now, I think, on guys like Braxton Berrios, Vincent Smith, even some undrafted kids like Lawrence Cager and George Campbell. You kind of need those guys to step up now because, again, this is a hamstring injury with Mims. So, those things can tend to linger a little bit. And, it's a shortened kind of training camp. You only have about 3-4 weeks right now. So, if he's out a week or two, expecting him to, be on the field for only another week or two and learn the playbook and be ready to contribute week one, I think that's asking a lot. So, bringing in a veteran wideout, I think, would make a ton of sense right now. We've been talking about that also the last couple of weeks. So hopefully they look into that market. A few names, we mentioned on Tuesday's show, Taylor Gabriel. I think Tavon Austin just got signed today, actually, by somebody. But there's a few other options out there. Demarius Thomas is still there, which I know not a lot of guys are a huge fan of, but he does have some experience, with Gase and with Sam from last year. Looking also at some of the other draft picks, Mekhi Becton. A lot of reports on him, from Kim Jones, Connor Hughes, and a few other guys that, he just looks huge and he's moving, very quickly, athletically, nimble on his feet. So that's what you want to see, again, forming that wall in front of Sam. It's so important. Ashton Davis, he's been communicating a lot with Marcus May. Zuninga, it was his birthday today, so he got to carry all the helmets, Jordan Jenkins and guys like that. Speaking of Jenkins, I love the comments yesterday, just I'm tired of fucking losing, just because that resonates so much with, us on this show and this channel. I'm 32 years old, been a fan all my life, Tyson, I think 48. So imagine how we feel. Jenkins has been here 4 years. We've been watching this for decades and, we're still waiting for, that Super Bowl. And just the last decade, waiting for them to get back to the playoffs. So, we're all tired of losing, and, it's glad to see that Jenkins is stepping up, taking a little bit more of a vocal leadership role and just trying to instill that mindset in that locker room that, hey, the way things used to be, the losing mentality and all that, it's got to go. We're tired of it and we want to change things. So it's nice to see. It was also good to see, Bell and Gase kind of on the same page, both guys taking accountability for what went wrong last year. Bell admitting that he wasn't at, his best playing shape. I think he was playing at 225. He's down to 205 now, which is great to see. Gase even admitted, hey, I didn't use him the right way sometimes. I didn't get him the ball in space, use him out of the backfield, which is something that we always touched on. So again, it's just nice to see that both of those guys are on the same page and they're committed to trying to make it work this year. If Bell could be that guy that he was in Pittsburgh, that would just be such a huge asset for Sam and for this offense. So you hope to see that. You had Connor McGovern also, he had some similar comments to Jenkins, just that, it seems like there's a different attitude in the locker room, which again, you like to see that. But again, it's also, I'm not trying to be negative here, but it's day one, week one. Usually you hear those things. It's not something, different that we hear. Guys are always refreshed, rejuvenated, as they come back. It's when you start to face adversity. It's when guys start going down. When you lose a game or two, how do you respond from that? And in the past, usually, the Jet teams have not responded well. So, again, it's all nice to see everybody's motivated right now. Everybody's on the same page. There's nobody pointing fingers because there's no football, and you're not losing games yet. Once all that starts to happen, then that's when you really get tested. So, we'll wait to see on that. Also, you had a report from Manish about a half hour ago, running back Pete Guerrero out of Monmouth. He led the FCS in rushing last year, apparently a speed guy. So they're bringing him in for a workout this weekend. They just released Trenton Cannon, so maybe an option to replace him there. And I'm pretty sure that's it. So talk to you guys soon. I'll update you tomorrow, and go Jets.